Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and children of all ages, to Talking Circles with Chris Carter, presented by J&T Services. My name is Chris Carter, and where is Sydney Messer? She has left us for the evening.
It's terrible.
Man.
It's unfortunate. It's a travesty.
What are we going to do? Sydney. That doggone city. She is celebrating with her family and her son's birthday, so we want to wish him a very happy birthday. And although we do and will miss her tonight, we want her to enjoy that time because these kids' birthday only comes around once a year, dirt. And so, and Jonathan Brown was going to be sitting in with us tonight. It would have been a good night. We got a good lineup. And as most of y'all know, a lot of drama in the racing world, a little bit of drama in the Cars Tour.
As always.
A lot of drama in the Smart Modified Tour. And so I'm excited to say we're going to have Danny Bohn on tonight. I told Danny, I said, say what you feel what you say. And, you know, we're not going to censor you or anything. And in a nutshell, we'll get to all that when Danny comes on. But I'll tell you, we got a good show tonight, Eric Messer. We got Cornell Williams. He's a Rumbler champion at New River All-American Speedway. Some of you are going, what in the world's a Rumbler, Chris? Well, it is a U-car bomber. You know, he's raced bombers. He's raced U-cars. I've known Cornell for quite some time now. Good guy, great guy. Excited to have him on. We've been talking about doing this for probably a year now, so we got to work out where he'll be on tonight. Also, Danny Bohn, as I just mentioned, he's a driver of the number 26 Marifast Modified in the Smart Modified Tour, and he's also our 2014 Bowman Gray Stadium Modified Champion, and also Brendan Butterbean, the Bean Queen. He's going to be on tonight. Looking forward to that. He's actually second in the point standings in the Cars Tour, only 1 point behind Connor Hall.
Yeah, that's a tight point race.
Yeah,
that's going to be good this weekend.
Yeah, doesn't get much tighter than that unless it's just tied. Also, my buddy, my good friend, Jeremy Mayfield, he has won the 2024 Grand National Super Series Championship. Excited about that. He has 5 NASCAR Cup wins, as most of you know. Also, last Thursday when I went to Simpson Performance Products and I hung out with Eric Jones, Bubba Pollard, and all them, Aaron Brown, he is the Bonneville and L Mirage land speed record holder, and he's also owner of the Garage Shop, which is located in Denver, North Carolina. So I was very excited, and we'll talk about Bubba Pollard. I did, you know, it's when you see the news at Messer, when something gets posted like that, and you're like, nah, I've been knowing that. But I'm so excited because really we didn't think that anything was going to materialize for Bubba Pollard, but he will be driving the number 26. He don't even have to change his number. Bubba, yeah, years ago, Bubba's dad, Sonny, was the number 22. There's a story behind this, and he was the number 22, and he kind of wanted to be the number of his dad, and he said, you know, Sonny Pollard said, Bubba, you know, get your own deal. Do your own thing. Have your own identity. So Bubba Pollard's been the number 26. So actually, I remember him years ago running the number 18 some, but he's the number 26. Sam Hunt Racing, this is a car that Corey Heim drives. This is not a bad ride for him. And the beauty of all this is he will be racing at Martinsville Speedway. Short track, wheelhouse. I'm excited. He's excited. I dropped the ball, knew that announcements were going to be today, and I didn't wait till late this evening. It's like I told Messer. Him replying to the moment. Donald Trump could have tried to call Bubba Pollard today, and he wouldn't have answered. But anyway, like I said, good show coming up tonight. We got a lot to talk about. My Bible verse, as always, I will got to acknowledge Jesus Christ as my Lord and personal Savior, and I have a small platform, and I will honor him on it. So the Bible verse today is, be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus. That is Philippians 4:6-7 in the New King James Version. And as always, on each and every show that we do, before we get to Cornell, Messer, how about thanking all these sponsors and acknowledging them? And once again, if you cannot go to one of these businesses and you can't go and buy a hot dog from Williams, and you can't go and have J&T Services clean out your garage or haul away those junk cars or whatever, like their page, follow their page, share their page. It don't cost a dime. Go ahead, Messer.
Yeah, so we got H&H Auto Repair, Velosta, DNL Outfitters, Frank Steaks, Race for Kids, Precision Built Spindles, 5 Points Tire and Auto, Cobble Speed Shop LLC, Choice Tire and Automotive, Tea Time Sports Bar, Burke Street Pub, Captain's Retreat at Bear Creek, Kogar Plumbing, MJ Printing and Graphics, Messer Media, Garage Doors of the Triad LLC, Velocity USA, Hall's Heating and Air Conditioning, Robin Sandblasting, Renee Hackett Realtor, KevinSaysYes.com, Speed 77, Lewis Custom Shower and Glass, J&T Services, Mule Skinner Trucking LLC, Thunder Road Bar and Grill, Midway Mobile Storage, Midway Music Hall and Event Center, Ever Ready Mix Concrete, Colfax Towing Auto Repair, Squeaky Clean Express, Make TV Great with Nate, CNC Lock and Key, and we have a new sponsor, Gary Brown, Dream 68. Gary Brown, former offensive lineman for the Green Bay Packers and a member of the 1997 Super Bowl champions. Gary Brown's nonprofit helps inspire underprivileged youth to dream. He has football camps and numerous charities he organizes for kids. You can check out his website and everything about his involvement with so many youth at GaryBrownDream68.com.
Okay, so we had Frank Steakhouse, Frank Steaks, Rockville Center, Long Island, New York. Now we got a Super Bowl champion as a sponsor on Talking Circles with Chris Carter, presented by J&T Services. Yeah, we're getting bigger and better, and I'm telling you, I'm very proud of the direction we're going. Steve Stroud of 5 Points Tire and Auto, who is a sponsor of this show and takes very good care of me. We've got these Napa Racing Chase Elliott hats, okay? Excuse me. So what we're going to do, Messer, tell them what we're doing tonight for your chance to win one of these, or not. We're going to give them away, but there's a secret to it. You got to do something before you can get one.
Right. We are also live on our YouTube channel, Talking Circles with Chris Carter. The YouTube channel is presented by Clifton Plumbing. Just go on over to YouTube, youtube.com/Talking Circles with Chris Carter, and all you got to do is subscribe. Once you subscribe, we'll pick some names out of the hat, and you'll win a Napa Auto Parts hat courtesy of 5 Points Tire and Auto. Like I say, you got Chase Elliott on there. You also got, think you got Ron Cap on the other side from the NHRA. So
Do they?
Yep, I believe so.
Well, I'll be doggone. Steve also gave me some other stuff. Steve, I'm in here. The car's out there, and we'll just do that next week. But Steve, you did not text me like you said you were, buddy. But I appreciate you. 5 Points Tire and Auto. My buddy Steve Stroud. Y'all go ahead, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Talking Circles with Chris Carter, the same way you see it on this Facebook page. That page is sponsored by my buddy Ronnie Clifton and all them at Clifton Plumbing. We appreciate them a whole lot. Well, so if y'all see me doing my phone, we don't have the laptop tonight or nothing, so I got to do my video calls looking at the phone. So y'all, I'm not texting people or anything to Paul Williams saying, hey, buddy. And I do like to acknowledge, I told Messer to every once in a while say hello to y'all. And as always, thank each and every one of y'all for tuning in tonight. And with that being said, Cornell.
Hey, Cornell, you got us? It's showing me. Hang on 1 second here. Cornell, you got us? How about now?
Yes.
There we go.
Okay.
I hear him. Cornell, what's up, buddy?
Nothing much.
So finally, we have made it happen.
I know.
Cornell is in the house. Man, how you doing? You know what? I missed you last weekend and announcing at New River All-American Speedway. But you know what? I don't know if you could hear me if y'all was watching. Well, I know y'all was watching because your wife was helping me with my pronunciation of Sam Picot. Not Picotti, not spaghetti, Picot. So during.
Pachit.
Oh my gosh.
I
Petite.
was sitting here
Pachit.
letting you murder it and murder it and murder it. And I was waiting for her to come in and just
Yeah.
say,
Well, you know what? That didn't take long. We knew that wasn't going to take. So anyway, I went down to him, Cornell, in between one of the races when he's on the track, and I said, "Look, man, if you go back and you watch this on BigSports.tv, I've been corrected. I apologize. And there's nothing worse than an announcer getting a name wrong. And then usually I'll try to, if I look at lineup, but when you go as a guest to another track and, things are different. At Bowman Gray, I have time to go make sure I know each name that I see, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, Cornell, let's talk about your year this year at New River All-American Speedway, my friend, and you being the 2024 Rumbler champion. And people were wondering, like I wondered the week before last when I came to announce there, I was like, what in the world is a Rumbler? So if you would, buddy, tell everybody what a Rumbler is basically.
Rumbler is just basically U-Car. Anthony Goodyear decided to change the name to try and make it, I would say, stand out a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But it still brings the question, what is Rumbler? It's just a step up from Bomber, just like U-Car is, to where, the cars are still stock drivetrain-wise,
Mm-hmm.
but we're allowed to change springs and adjust our alignment, and we're allowed to run steel wheels like Bassett race wheels, and we're allowed to run Hoosiers also, but I chose to run Falcons because I couldn't get Hoosiers to work on the car, and I tried and tried and tried. I put probably 250 laps on the set of Hoosiers to try and get them to work, and I just could not get them to work. So I went back to my tried and true Falcons and made them work. Not really made them work; they just worked.
Yeah, that's what's important. So Paul and his lovely bride to be, or whatever they are, or whatever, there's like, hey, they're using Paul's Facebook page, but they're like, Haley said, "Wahoo, Cornell," and then she signs it. This is Haley, and then Paul's, "Wahoo, Cornell." So hey, all of y'all, I wish there's so many people I wish I could have seen that I didn't get to see. But I did get to see you and your lovely wife and a lot of people, and that was good. I had a good time being there. Let me ask you this, Cornell. Do you plan on maybe, and I've said this like the third time I met you at that other track, we're not even going to say the name of it.
In fact, we do not speak of.
Yeah, we're not even. If once I start, I'll let the old dude have it too. Anyway, I always said, and I've been very vocal about your driving ability, and not only your driver ability, but your demeanor of how you present yourself, how you carry yourself, and you're so just mild mannered, But when you get on that track, man, you're no joke. And what got you into racing, and how long have you been doing it?
Well, how long have I been doing circle track, or how long have I been racing? Period.
Let's talk circle track.
Circle track, 3 years.
3
We'll
years.
say, okay, we'll be nice and say about 3.5 years, because I had my first time ever doing it, I did a U-Car race at the track that we don't speak of in a friend's car.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just one of those things. It was like, I have this car sitting here. Why don't you drive it? Because I helped them with the car. I worked on it and did little things here and there. And I was like, but it's circle track. I'm not going to like it. But that Saturday, I went down there with my truck, loaded the car up, took it to the track, and I actually enjoyed myself. And I was like, I could do this, but we'll wait around for it a little bit. And I did a bomber race.
Mm-hmm.
I think I did maybe 1 or 2. And then my lovely wife talked me into buying a car. And I told her, I was like, I don't want another race car. I don't. I was like, I've done it before. I don't want another race car.
It's usually the other way around. You're having to convince your wife to buy the race car.
That's what I thought it was going to be, like me talking her into it. But I was like, no, I don't want one. But she said, if I buy the car, will you race it? And
I said, if I buy the car.
Yeah, she said, if I buy the car, being her,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
would you do it? And I was like, fine. So, yeah, and here we are now with
A championship.
a couple of them.
Yeah,
Actually,
more than
absolutely.
one. Yes.
Yes. So I can say she's the one that supplied the bad habit, and I just took off and ran with it like I do any type of thing that I do. Because if you're gonna do it, why not be the best or try to be the best?
Right. And you've earned the respect of everybody around you and the other drivers and what have you. But what is it? What is it that the difference in the racing you're doing now and what you used to do? Do you like the round track better now that you've, I don't know if mastered it's the correct word because I don't even think Kyle Larson's mastered the art of racing. No, I don't know if I'm not sure if anybody ever does. That's just my opinion. They become very dadgum good at it. But now that you've become a multi-time champion here and doing what you're doing, and the round track world over on that side knows you, and that's why one of the reasons I wanted you on here because I want more people to know you. Do you like what you're doing now better than what you used to do 3 years ago, Cornell?
I'm still learning. Like I went from, I still do drifting. That's gonna be my passion no matter
Right.
what. But I went from only ever driving rear wheel drive cars to getting into a front wheel drive car. So yes, I do enjoy it, but it's hard for me to pick one or the other. I just can't do it because when I'm ready to go party, I hop in the drift car and I go party and have fun. And, I have, I would say, over 20 years worth of friends from just drifting. And those friends have become family. And no matter what, that's, that's where my heart's going to be. But
Mm-hmm.
you got to break your heart up into multiple different things to actually just enjoy, I would say, racing in general. If you keep your eye on just one thing, it's, you're going to miss a lot. So I always tell people, try something else. Just go to a, a circuit race or a drag race or a drift event, or there's so many other types of racing. Just go to one and see if you like it. And if you have the opportunity to do it, do it. I mean, anytime I'm out drifting, I try and take as many people for rides as possible just to get, more people aware of it and
Mm-hmm.
just, how it's a different type of racing, but it's still racing at the same time.
So once again, I want to reiterate because I feel like it's rude when I'm looking down with this phone while someone is on. But this is how I'm kind of, this is my monitor for the night. But I also do it. Yeah, I want people to hear this. That Michael Ludwig says very knowledgeable. He helped me along the way, and your step cousin Miss Katie Gooden, and you mentor all those that race with
That's his
you.
sister wife.
Well, yeah, I know y'all are tight. She's good people. I say yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am to that lady. You hear me? She said, and you mentor all those that race with you when they listen. And yeah, it's pretty cool how people respect you and well liked you are. Want to say real quick hello to Miss Christy Gillikin. Hey, wish I could have seen you last weekend, but you did talk to me on the phone the weekend before last. I went to Rip Ties to eat, and I was very disappointed. Went with Tyler Smith, and dadgum, I wasn't happy. But do want to say once again, hey to some people: Stephen Hancock, Paul Williamson, Dylan Hernandez, Leon Salter, Greg Smith, Tim Kirby, and nice background, Cornell. That's what Katie said. Miss Krista Bowser, good to see you watching. Good to see you, my buddy Ryan Putnam. But thanks again, as always, to all of y'all that's tuned in to Talking Circles with Chris Carter, presented by J&T Services tonight. Austin Jones in the house. Christian Thorpe, a very big supporter of this show, and wanted to just thank y'all from the bottom of my heart for tuning in. Katie Gooden said sister wife. But Cornell, so maybe I missed it. Are you going to race the same thing next year? I would like to see you in a late model. I mean, I bet Paul would let you drive his, but
Do you have late model money, Chris Carter?
okay, mouth. I didn't say. I didn't say. I said I wanted to see him drive one. You got to take baby steps, sister girl.
Oh yeah.
You got to take baby steps, and you okay. I know he could drive it, but like someone like Paul that y'all are good friends with, of course, and just I'd like to see you. I didn't say race one. I said drive one and see how that goes. Now and Teresa, I mean, you talked about sponsorship the other day and how hard it is to attain. And I don't care if you race a Volkswagen, sponsorship and the cost of racing. We could go down that alley or down that road.
Yeah, she's going to scoot into the frame here.
Yeah, but have you ever considered maybe trying to drive something else, Cornell?
Well, actually, I'm that person that once you, I would say, master a certain class, you move on to the next one. Like,
Absolutely.
we got a championship in Bomber, so I moved to U-Car. We had a championship last year, but we're not going to speak of last year because I don't know how you win 5 races out of 7 and end up third place.
I do. Look at who we're talking about. That's real simple.
Yeah, 5 out of 7 and you get third place. It's odd to me, but anyway, so I got my championship this year in U-Car / Rumbler.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm moving to mini stock next year. We have a car. It's still going to be front wheel drive mini stock. We're sticking with Honda because I look at it as, front wheel drives are going to be the next thing for mini stock because there was only so many Mustangs and Toyotas produced that getting into one is very, very expensive and already have all the parts. So it's like, why not? But I'm the person that if someone gives me the opportunity to drive something different, I'm going to drive it as long as it's not a champ cart because I'm not allowed to drive a champ cart. But
Nope.
like I said, I'll drive it just because I like to experience as much as possible when it comes to any form of racing.
Let me tell you about them guys on champ carts at New River All-American Speedway. I have one word for them. It's called idiots. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Crazy.
Yeah.
So speaking of, Messer, do you remember when that front wheel drive came to the stadium to Bowman Gray?
Oh, man.
And he started dead last. I can't remember his name, but he was from Florida or somewhere.
Jason Garwood.
That's him. That's him, Cornell.
Yes.
This dude.
He caused one hell of an uproar.
He did. He did.
It's hard to do that at the stadium, but he did it, man.
Well, but our rules, I was telling somebody at New River 2 weeks ago, you can drive a front wheel drive at Bowman Gray Stadium. It's frowned upon, but it's in the rules and you can do it. And you're going to have your choke walls, AJ Sanders, and what have you, that I don't care who you are and what you bring. You're going to have to really do your homework to outrun them. But that guy, he did. Super nice guy. Super nice, man. I mean, he was really an awesome person. I'm glad you said his name because I couldn't remember it for anything. But, good times. Maybe you can get that front-wheel drive and come on over and play at the Madhouse. Yep.
Just want to point out a quick comment.
I don't know if the wife would be happy, but I'm okay with it. I'll do it as long as, they allow it, in which I seen that they did. So if we get the, how should I say, budget, I don't see why not.
Right. Yeah.
I think you're seeing the same. I think you're seeing the same comment I am as Chris Pelkey saying champ carts are a few sandwiches short of a picnic.
He is Chris. I just met Chris 2 weeks ago. He's the flagman at New River All-American Speedway. Good guy, man. And you know what? I'd be on that TV thing. I could never remember his last name, and I'd be like, Flagman Chris. Anyway. Well, Cornell, man, I think the world of you. And I told your wife the other day when I was on the way to New River, actually Friday evening, I said, if anybody was to take pictures of all the interviews I've done with Cornell, You're probably the only driver, and I do have a bad habit of putting my arm around people when I interview, but when me and you talk, it's like we're at a reunion or something. I mean, we're arm in arm, and I'm sure that if there's pictures anytime that me and you are doing interviews in Victory Lane, second or third or whatever, it's always arm in arm. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You're a good guy. I think the world of you. I'm glad you got to be on tonight. And you got a lot of people that think the world of you as well. Man, I wish you nothing but the best, my friend. And we will have you on again real soon. And if you would, just take this time to thank family, friends, sponsors.
I just want to thank everybody that's helped me to get here. My lovely wife, for one, because she is constantly pushing me to do this as much as I don't want to. She's the one that's behind me, like, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. Get
Because
out
he's
there
going
and
to
get it
cry
done.
about it if you don't.
Yeah, that too. I want to thank Brian over at 910 Sign Co. because he was the one that gave me the car that first time for that U car race and said, just go drive it. And he was a friend before that because I helped him with his cars. He helped me with all the stickers and everything I needed for my cars. And he's wrapped just about every single car that I have, except for this new one, but that one will be going to him.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
there's a lot of real estate on that car.
Yeah. There's room for lots of sponsors on that car because we're going to need it. But Andrew Jackson, because he helped me out the first night I was there, and he's helped me out continuously whenever he could. My friend Jamie over at Buster Speed Shop, because he is he worked for the Stevenson race team. And just anything that I had questions about, or whenever I needed scales to scale the car, or at that time when I needed a place to work on the cars, he's always been open doors for me. And just the people that constantly help me, like Brian and Katie over at Coastal Liquidations. I mean, if no one knows this, Katie and Teresa hated each other at the beginning because they were the same person. That's why they hated each other until they figured out, hey, we are the same. Why not be friends? So
Yeah.
I mean, they've been great. They always help us out. I try to help them out as much as possible. I mean, they're very, very good people.
Yes, I agree. Yep.
But I mean, that's really it. I mean, we really don't have any sponsors. I mean, it comes from, my hard work because I work for the military during the day, and I work on a shoestring budget. I put all this stuff together with whatever I have,
Right.
Laying around, and just, knowledge that I have. Like, that car was only, I mean, I pulled that car to someone's backyard, and I just made it work. All the cars I've pulled out of either someone's backyard or someone's front yard, and I just made them work over time. So, I mean, sponsors would help. So if anybody is willing, give me a call or text, or
You can reach out to me. Reach out to me, and I will connect you with either Cornell or Teresa or Brian or Katie. So anybody, I can get you hooked up, and I definitely promise he'll represent you or your business or your brand very well. For all the people that's tuning in from New River All-American Speedway, man, I love y'all. I had so much fun these last 2 weeks, and I'm gonna tell you what, the family togetherness type atmosphere in that track, and I will say it, is so much better than that other place. Shame on me for not being there sooner. But, I think the world of the people at New River All-American Speedway, the drivers, the competitors, the fans. I wish there was more fans there. But, last weekend, with the kids and all that, I had such a good time. And they responded. Those fans over in turns 1 and 2 track side, for the few amount of people there were, man, they were loud. And that, as an announcer, that means a lot to me. So thanks all y'all for tuning in. And I hope to be back real soon if Anthony and Tanya have me. Got to keep Andy away from the mic when I'm there, though, boy. He yeah. But love him too, Joe. But anyway, thank you, Cornell. I think the world of you. Like I said already, man, I appreciate you being on, and we'll do it again soon, buddy.
Yes, please. I mean, maybe next time we can talk some dirt about some things I think about the racing world. And, just not dirt, but things that I think, can change.
I'm with you. We'll do it. We'll do it. You have my word on it, buddy. We'll have you on again soon.
All right.
All right. See you, Cornell. See you, Teresa.
Right,
y'all take care.
Bye.
God bless. See ya. Cornell Williams, 2024 Rumbler champion, the New River All-American Speedway. Good guy. I mean it. I mean, I'm not just saying it. I mean it. Good people. Well, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to have show our sponsors some love and pay some bills around here. Y'all don't go nowhere. If you do, go to the refrigerator. Come right back. We'll be right back. If you need your hot dog experience to go to a whole new level, then you need to check out Williams Hot Dogs and Barbecue, because when it comes to hot dogs, it doesn't get more iconic than Williams. Williams Hot Dogs and Barbecue has been in business since 1910, which makes them part of the fabric of the Triad area, and their recipe hasn't changed in 114 years. Same barbecue, same slaw, same hot dogs. Williams is located at 4400 Old Walkertown Road in Winston-Salem, and their hours are Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Come chill at the grill and enjoy yourself with family and friends at Williams Hot Dogs and Barbecue. Jimmy Brown of J&T Services buys junk, unwanted vehicles of all types. He removes scrap metal, specializes in trash removal and eviction cleanups. Whether it's a bed or a table or even old washer and dryer, Jimmy Brown, you don't play around. Serving the Triad area since 2007, J&T Services is firefighter owned, and you can reach them at 336-341-1171, or you can go to J&T Services on Facebook. Choice Tire and Automotive is a full-service auto repair shop and your #1 source for tires and wheels in Kernersville, North Carolina. They offer a variety of automotive services to keep your vehicle rolling on the road and off. Choice Tire and Automotive offers check engine light repair and diagnostics, oil changes, brake repairs, alignments, balancing, rotations, and general automotive repairs. They bring the best quality service possible in everything they do, and their team is committed to providing the best workmanship and customer experience possible. Choice Tire and Automotive's hours are Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. till 5 p.m. Give Choice Tire and Automotive a call at 336-992-9002 and let them take care of your tire and automotive service needs. Welcome back, Talking Circles with Chris Carter, presented by J&T Services, and I don't know what Messer's playing over there, but he's something. I don't know what.
Yeah, it's Cashing In by Fox and Veed. We've been playing them. I
wish you should have said that, because I mean, I'm glad they're a part of this show now. You got to let me know these things, Messer.
I told you before the show.
No, you said you was going to play them, but I didn't. I thought there was more of them. But anyway, there you go. And you know what? We'll talk about them later, because you got some stuff that we want to talk about to promote Fox and Veed. But now we're going to we fixing to get down and dirty on Talking Circles with Chris Carter, presented by J&T Services. And we are coming to you live from the Choice Tire and Automotive Studios in Kernersville, North Carolina. It's a little chilly outside this evening, but with all that being said, I'm excited about our next guest. Yes, he was on last weekend, but you know what? With everything that's going on, I had to bring him back on, because this guy, he's going to speak from his heart, and it's here we go. Danny Bohn, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm real good, Danny. Hope everything's good your way, and it's I mean, for those that are tuning in and listening and watching, unless you've been in a cave and just don't pay attention to social media or whatever, the Smart Modified Tour. And when I do this, it's my job as a podcast and a journalist or a media type person to just shed light on a situation. Okay. I'm not here to bash people or whatever, but right's right, wrong's wrong. There's some things that are sketchy going on. And Danny Bohn, our guest that's on the phone now, he was part of the top three. Burt Myers won the race. I guess in normal situations, that'd have put you out, and that'd have put Burt Myers, Luke Baldwin, and Carson Lofton in. And then all of a sudden, crap hit the fan, so to speak. And then you were out, then you were in, then there was 4, then there was 5, and I think they even went to 8 or 14 and then went back down to 5. So, Danny, if you would, from a driver standpoint, just give us your version of everything and exactly how you feel, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a really tough situation with the way that things transpired. Like I don't know, my phone's acting weird. It's like repeating myself, but we had put ourselves in a really good position going into South Boston with the points being third. And, if Burt or Newman won, then we'd get eliminated. But, yeah, I don't know. It's really just a bunch of mixed feelings. Like, Burt, in my opinion, well, first we're going to start off. The Smart Tour has done a lot of stuff that, a lot of tours haven't been able to do down here in the South. So we got to be grateful that we have them with, the marketing side and giving us a platform to race on. And, yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of tours that failed. So they're getting good car counts. They do a really good job marketing. So got to thank them for having the opportunity to race. But, there was some stuff that happened in the last couple of weeks. And my biggest thing with the tour was when I started running it, and I preached to Chris and Gadget that back when we ran the NASCAR Smart or Southern Modified Tour, when you got beat, you went home and worked on your stuff. Getting beat by stuff that you wasn't available to everybody, or I wouldn't say cheating because I don't think Burt cheated, but everybody was on a equal playing field. And when you got beat and you went home, you knew you just got beat and you worked on your stuff. And when the tour started to grow, I said it was important for that same feeling to be directed toward the competitors. Like, you don't want to go home and say, well, hell, I need to buy another motor. I'm not racing against the same thing. Or, hell, I need to go buy this. Like, it needs to be black and white, and it needs to be equal across the playing board. And what happened, last week was a simple, hey, like, I have this motor. Yes, it's legal on the Northern Modified Tour with a stock or a typical 390 carburetor, but it's not with the shortened booster. And not saying it was right, wrong, but by the rule book that we all have seen and the addendums that we have seen, what he did was not within the rules. Now, he did ask for permission from the tech guy, and he told him it was okay. But again, like, that needs to be communicated again amongst everybody, so everybody knows, that they're on the same playing field, and everybody knows that's what's going on, and make it available for everybody. So, I guess the worst possible situation for the Smart Tour ended up happening. Like, people were pissed off about it before we went to the racetrack, and yeah, I mean, we were in a bad spot, like being third in points, and then Burt wins and Newman second. So it's like I'm out regardless if they disqualify Burt, then Newman wins, and then he's in, and then I don't know. I think there's so many different ways to look at it. Like, I agree, I don't agree, I'm happy, I'm not. Like, I feel bad for Carson and Luke because now instead that they've done their job, they were first and second in points, and instead of having to race one other car, they have to race 3. I have mixed emotions whether I should be in or not. I feel like we, as a team, put a lot of really good races together and put ourselves in a really good position points wise to be able to race for a championship at Wilkesboro. So I feel like I'm deserving to go, but by the way that the format was laid out, like I shouldn't go. So, but also Burt or Newman should not be going. So I guess we're just gonna chalk it up as a situational thing that, hey, we all get to go and we'll see what happens. Like, it's just, I still haven't figured out in my mind, like, how I feel about all of it, other than that, hopefully next time it was a really big learning experience for the tour to be, transparent about things that happen. Don't make calls on the fly. And, ultimately, if it was right, then Burt wins. If it was wrong, then Burt doesn't win. So I don't know how. I mean, they did a really good job trying to please everybody and not making anybody really mad. But again, sometimes you need to just make those calls. So, yeah, I really don't have a great feeling on everything that transpired right now.
So just, excuse me. So, all right, just for the people once again, and myself actually. So Chevrolet is an 18-degree engine, correct, Danny?
Correct.
Ford does not make an 18-degree engine. And is it 11-degree, I guess, is where we're at here with the Ford engine?
Somewhere around then. I
Okay.
haven't really.
Okay,
I've
well,
heard different numbers, but I know it's anywhere from an 8 to 11-degree motor.
right. Now, what is the engine in question is the D3 Ford engine, correct?
No, supposedly his was a C3.
C3.
Which is, to my knowledge, legal to run on the NASCAR Modified Tour, but with a normal 390 carburetor.
And the boosters is what is being questioned, more or less, correct?
So, yeah, you're allowed to run the way they wrote the rule in the beginning, or the addendum in the beginning of the year, was that you were able to run a shortened booster down to 500 thousandths on the 18-degree aluminum head motor. So, from what I gather, Gadget assumed all built motors were, I guess, 18-degree, and then just threw that one into the same category. Which, on the Northern Tour or the NASCAR Tour, it is an equivalent, from what I understand. But that also opens up, like Gadget said, threw all aluminum head motors in the same category. Well, can I build a 15-degree aluminum head Chevy motor and put a shortened booster on it? Because that would give me an advantage. So it had potential to open up a big can of worms if it wasn't directly stated the correct way in the rules. So you can't just throw all built motors under the 18-degree platform because they're not all 18-degree.
So, also, I mean, some people's mad at Burt, what have you, whatever. But you kind of said it earlier. Burt pretty much has done what he was told he could do, in from what I'm understanding. Is that
correct? I mean, I congratulated Burt on his win, and I was frustrated at the track. And it wasn't anything directed toward him. It's just in general. It's the general principle. It's the integrity of our tour. It's for the good of our tour. Like, we need to not have these judgment calls dictating a major factor of the season over somebody saying, hey, yeah, you can do that. Like, that wasn't accessible to the other 30 other teams. Nobody knew that was a rule. Nobody knew that was discussed and talked about and told he could do. So it's just a bad situation, and I think one of the things that they need to work on, and I think they will work on after this, is just being transparent. So, it had a big impact on the way that the end of the season turned out, obviously with the championship 5 now. And then, like I said, somebody like myself that's ran really well most of the season, like, I don't even know if I deserve to be there. Like, by everything that went down, I'm going to go race the best I can for my owners and my partners and my team, and hopefully win the championship. But then you have that in the back of your mind, like, kind of a cluster, the other day. So
Yeah.
was it preventable? Absolutely. I think that they could have handled it differently during the week and leading up to that event, and that's where a little bit of the frustration comes from. But at the end of the day, like, no one's perfect. You're not going to always please 150 to 200 competitive people that are spending a bunch of money to race for the same prize. You're not going to make everybody happy. So hopefully a big learning experience for them. And then going forward, I hope they have a really good show this weekend. And yeah, I'd like to win the championship. I think we deserve to be there.
Absolutely.
And,
Definitely.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. So Danny, this is Eric. I was there kind of in the middle of it, helping out Matthew Dillner and everything with the media, and that's kind of saw everything happening. And you touched on a little bit in your last statement here, but kind of where your thoughts on where you think the tour should go from this point going into the off season to make sure this doesn't happen in the future.
Well, I mean, when we had the NASCAR tour down here, like I said, when you left, you felt like you got beat fair and square. Anytime you start open up engine rules and open up engine packages, you're just making more problems, I guess you can say. I mean, yeah, it's great to be able to find cheaper motors and different combinations that fit your style and all that, but I don't care what you do when you have different carburetors and different types of engine and stuff. There's one of them is going to always have an advantage over the other one in certain areas and certain tracks, and it just makes it difficult. And I think that's where NASCAR has learned with the Truck Series and these others. I don't know what the Cup Series does, but at least the Truck Series and the Trans Am Series, they all run spec motors. They're all the same, and it makes it a whole lot easier to monitor that stuff when everybody's got the same motor. And I think the initial cost is higher probably if you don't have that one, but I mean, if this was legal and it's an advantage, is everybody going to go build Ford motors for next year? Like, that doesn't make sense. And I don't know. It's just, I think they need to, one, really work on a strong rule book that's black and white, that's not open to interpretation.
That
and then
everybody-
if there is a rule change or something that comes up in question, they email us all every week with entry blanks and schedules and all that stuff. So they have all our emails. They can shoot an email with an addendum. They can shoot an email with a question. They can communicate. And that's where my frustration came from. Like, there was zero communication about that. It's been brought up several times by other teams as a concern and was verbally allowed with zero, I guess you could say, knowledge on what it would do to that particular engine. And we just went with it. And then, like I said, it was a major night for the tour, with it being a knockout style race and the night before the championship race or the week before the championship race. So just not a good time for something like that to come up. And I mean, I think they're seeing how it worked out. Like, there's a lot of chatter about it. So I hate it. Like, we enjoy racing on the Smart Tour. It's a really great platform. They do a phenomenal job with pushing us as drivers and our sponsors, marketing, and all that other stuff. And I hate to see them get the bad rap. But like I said, the only thing you can do is take it as a learning experience. Nobody really got penalized too bad. Everybody that was eligible Saturday night gets to be eligible this week. And, we'll see what happens. At the end of the day, we're all getting to race cars for fun or for a living for some. And I guess things could be a whole lot worse. We saw what happened up there in the mountains a couple weeks ago. And
Yep.
just, life is precious. So, like, we're getting to do fun things and race cars for enjoyment. So we'll take this as a learning experience, hopefully for the tour, and we'll go put on a really good show this weekend.
You know what? This is definitely, and once again, I've said it a million times. I can hand out $100 bills to somebody would moan and complain and whine because theirs wasn't in 20s. Okay, I get that part of it, but I also get and understand too that now for y'all's finale, last race of the season, number 1, North Wilkesboro, that the history, how fast, the grip, all that involved. It's going to be good racing, and this has definitely brought a lot of attention to the Smart Modified Tour that probably wasn't there before, because this is run like wildfire. It's all over. You look on social media, it's all you see. And once again, I want to reiterate, because I'm not here. I didn't have you on this to bash, and we haven't bashed not the very first person. Transparency needs to be the key in all this. But and I see people saying this and that about Bert and Bert Myers and all that. But Bert did what he was told he could do, and I think that's where things are being dropped between the cracks. Is could it have been different? Absolutely. But my hope, Danny Bohn, is that everybody involved has learned a lesson. Now, I will say this. It just seems like every year there's an issue in the Smart Modified Tour that y'all have to deal with something like this, okay? I'd like to see y'all in the Smart Modified Tour have a season where there was nothing like this. Here's the rule book. If you want to see the rules and every rule in that rule book, you can go to smartmodifiedtour.com or wherever it's at. I keep reading and say, where is the rule book? Brr, brr, brr. But, I hope that there's a lot of transparency as they go forward, that Chris Williams and everybody involved, tech and all this, has learned a lesson, and y'all can all go and in years to come and have this series of racing. To let me help you out on what you said. Yes, Danny Bohn, Buddy Ellis, y'all do deserve this, as do the other 4. Is it right the way it ended up? It's not for me to say. But you're there. You have a chance to win it. And from all of us here at Talking Circles with Chris Carter, presented by J&T Services, I wish you nothing but the best. And I told you on the phone yesterday, I seen the animated arms and all this, but I do, the way everybody handled themselves was worked out to be okay. So I commend you on that part too as well, Danny.
No, yeah, I appreciate it. Like, I'm not mad at Bert. I don't blame him for it. He didn't do anything wrong. And I'm not mad at the series. I'm disappointed a little bit with the series, about things that were handled. But like I said, they run into these issues because they're trying to make it better. Obviously, like some other series has failed because of strict rules and expensive rules. So they're trying to open up the rules a little bit to allow other series and other combinations to come in and be able to be competitive. But anytime you do that, it's a learning curve, and sometimes you have these issues. They're getting cars from the north, they're getting cars from ROC, Tri-Track, the Wheel and Tour, and then there's Bowman Gray cars with Tim Brown this week. So you're trying to appease the 6 or 7 different series and styles of cars, and it's going to be tough without having them do what the Smart Tour rule is. So it's going to be it's growing pains. But like I said, not bashing the series. We need to be fortunate we have them. 4 years ago we didn't have a tour down here. So
right. But let's say this, Danny.
It's a learning experience.
Let's say this. After 3 years of a series going, growing pains to me is not an excuse no more going forward. It's had time to do what it's going to do. Let everything, once again, I'll repeat myself, be transparent. And after 3 years, in my opinion, growing pains, it's time for that to end. You've had 3 years to grow, so let's grow,
Yep.
Well, look, man, as always, I appreciate and value your opinion, and I'm glad you came on and explained things a little bit better for us in the back that doesn't know. As I said, I think the world of your car owner and his wife, that whole team, Buddy Ellis and them. They always have good food to eat, and they will always feed Chris Carter, and that makes me happy. So, Danny, I'll see you this weekend, and thank you so much for being on, buddy. I wish you nothing but the best.
No, I appreciate it. Yep, we'll see you this weekend. Thanks for having me on.
All right, buddy. See you.
All right, man. We'll talk to you later.
All right.
Bye.
Danny Bohn, always, laying things out there as it should be. We're running a little bit behind. Is Butterbean on?
Not quite yet, but I can get him on.
Well, you want to, was he supposed to call?
I was going to call him.
Um,
It's hard to call two people at the same time, though. A little bit. Yeah, let's go through some of the comments here. We had some conversation here. I saw Brandon Krotz come through. Yep, there he is.
you see what he just said?
Yeah, the Knot Rod said it'll take February 25 in the 2025 calendar.
I want to say hey to Miss Cindy Winborn Prysock down in Pascagoula, Mississippi, my hometown. Miss Cindy, hey, the best scorer ever on the planet, right there. Her, right there. I'd like to see her come to Bowman Gray and get a part of that.
Oh, yeah.
25 to 30 cars racing around the football field.
Oh,
She
yeah.
would love that. But she's up to that challenge. Miss Cindy, I hope, tell your husband I said, hey, all your kids, James Lee, everybody, hey, I hope everybody's doing good down there in Pascagoula. All right, so what we're going to do, I'm in a dilemma right now. Hey, TJ Gibson. I'm in a dilemma right now because it's 7:57.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So I don't want to run on top of Jeremy Mayfield because he is. So do this. Let's go to commercial break. Y'all don't go nowhere. I love each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Talking Circles with Chris Carter, presented by J&T Services. This is Adam Hill from over there in the Swansboro, North Carolina area. We'll be right back. You don't go nowhere. Since 2006, 5 Points Tire and Auto works hard to earn your trust and loyalty. They know how important it is to find a Winston-Salem car service you can rely on, so your satisfaction is their top priority each and every day. Their professional automotive service offers you years of combined expertise from their well-trained technicians. They treat their auto repair professionals well because they value their skill and can-do attitude. They know their team sets them apart, saving you, the customer, time and money, not to mention worry. When it comes to auto repair in Winston-Salem, 5 Points Tire and Auto is totally confident they are the best option in town. They're located at 3075 Kernersville Road in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and their hours are Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Ever Ready Mix Concrete has been in business for 40 years, and they can handle any and all of your concrete needs, whether big or small. They can do it all. Located at 2000 Old Highway 421 East in Yadkinville, North Carolina, Ever Ready Mix Concrete, they're family owned and operated, and for a free quote, give David Adams a call at 336-961-6688.
Hey, my name is Gavin Robbins. Welcome to Robbins Sandblasting.
Hey, I'm Michael Robbins. I'm a third-generation sandblaster. Alongside of my parents, Eddie and Shirley Robbins, we are Robbins Sandblasting. In December of 1954, my grandpa, Buddy Robbins, started Robbins Sandblasting. Over the past 65 years, there have been many of cars driven in this driveway. Some have come and gone, others have become friends, but many have become family. With the fourth generation standing here, it's our job to teach them how the rust meets the dust. So from our family to yours, Thank you for 65 years.
Buddy Adam Hill from over there in the Swansboro, Cape Carteret area. Welcome back. Talking Circles with Chris Carter, presented by J&T Services. We are live in the Choice Tire and Automotive studios out of Kernersville. Choice Tire and Automotive, located on North Carolina 66 in Kernersville, North Carolina. And coming up next, you know him as Butterbean. We call him the Bean, Brendan Butterbean Queen. Brendan, how you doing, buddy?
Hey man, how you doing?
I'm good. And look, you know, you had the microphone with the Simpson Performance Products last Thursday and got to catch up a little bit. And somehow, some way, the Bean got the Bubba Pollard BSing with Bubba microphone. And I did a short video. Did you get to see it? What I done, the little video I done on my podcast page?
I think I did.
Man, Kenny Wallace liked it.
Oh, did he on Facebook?
Yes, he did. And
I gotta go look at it.
we are right at 9,000 views on that thing. And I just did a little minute and 48-second deal there. But it was good to see you and Bubba Pollard and Eric Jones. You know, to me, that's good for you mingling with these kind of people. But someone as myself, it's really, really good. But it was had a good time, man. You were great with the microphone. You definitely have a future with that thing. Y'all were funny. I laughed.
Yeah, I might have to get a job doing that if I can't get a racing gig.
You were really good. I enjoyed it. I laughed so hard. Little peed on myself just a little bit from laughing, but there's nothing wrong with that when you're having a good time. Really, I want to talk about the Cars Tour, man. Last race of the season. You've had a very good year. You're 1 point behind Connor Hall. What is the Beans mindset going into this last race of the season? And I think if I had to, like Chris, make a prediction, to me, North Wilkesboro is, you like that track. I've heard you say it. I've read about you saying it. I think the advantage has to go to you just a little bit because of the track that they're at for their last race at the Cars Tour.
Well, I do like the track, and I love racing there. We actually took the points lead this past weekend, so that was exciting. But it ain't over till it's over. So we got to go there and do our job and have a solid day still. But it's better to be ahead than behind for sure.
Okay, you're a point ahead. Now, on the website, it has, I guess that's the car owners. Is that a different from the actual driver's points, Butterbean?
I hadn't updated yet. We're
Okay.
actually 9 ahead, and then we locked up the pole bonus, so we'll start the race 10 ahead.
Thank you for clearing that up. And everybody, my name's Chris Carter, and I'm an idiot. But Butterbean just defended me, and that is how it is on their website. So wow.
Yeah, I think it updated tonight.
Okay. Well, that is awesome, man. That's you're in the lead here. Does that change the way you look at things going to the last race of the season, Brendan?
Not really. I mean, I feel like, if you go win, that'll take care of the points and you don't even have to think about it. But you also don't want to do anything stupid, and you just want to make it to the end, and you just got to kind of survey where the 22's at throughout the race and make sure you don't, do something that's not needed to happen at that time of the race.
Do you have someone in your ear that says, or let me ask you this, do you ask where the 22 is, or do you have someone that their job is to say, Bean, Connor Hall's in P11, or he's P20, or he's bumper, is there somebody that lets you know throughout the race where the 22 is?
I really don't want to have to ask. I had to the last couple of races, and I don't like doing that. I like to just race the race, but Pulliam will probably let me know what he thinks I'll want to hear, and
Right.
obviously if we're winning, he's probably not going to say much. If we're running second or third, and he's like, "Hey, the 22's far back. Don't pressure nothing here." He'll probably let me know something like that. But I'm sure the 22 will be up there racing for the lead with whoever. So hopefully we can be up there battling.
How does racing late model stock in the Cars Tour compare to racing in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series? I know it's two different animals, but do you enjoy one better than the other?
I mean, I think late model racing always had my heart, just being a short track guy and doing it my whole life. And I've been racing late models for a long time now. And obviously my dream's to move up. So I love that too. But late model racing is just so tough, and I love the competitive side of it.
Let's talk a little bit about Saturday night. In my opinion, well, I was announcing at New River All American, but keeping up on Race Monitor to the best that I can. Of course, Tristan McKee was racing the pro race. In your race, I from what even going back and watching, I thought Minnie Tyrell drove one of the best races he's driven. And then as a leader, runs out of fuel. Is this something that the Cars Tour as a series could have maybe helped out? Because it was brought to my attention that one of the announcers of the Cars Tour said that they only had one record due to records being over in Western North Carolina helping out. That's that, I'm not sure why. I'm not saying that's not true, Brendan, okay? I'm not. But to know that a competitor did Minnie Tyrell do something wrong? I mean, did he miscalculate and now nobody else was out of fuel?
I don't think so. I think it just was a combination of we just ran so many caution laps. They probably should have just red flagged us while they cleaned up every wreck, but it was kind of a chain of events. Like once it started, we'd be getting ready to go back green, and somebody else would run out of gas, and then everybody would be riding around even more, and it just turned into kind of a circus, really.
Yeah. And once again, I feel like if a series, and Lord knows I ain't gonna talk about that group because you don't want to piss in your cornflakes, so to speak, by no means. But at the same time, it seems like something that could be worked on and maybe fixed, looking for next year or what have you.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's trying to make nobody mad, but I think everybody wants the same end goal, and that's to make it look good for the fans and everything.
Tri-County Speedway, man, talking about the racing. Now, just the Cars Tour in general, any track that I've ever been to this year, I've been to, 6 races after Bowman Gray ends, and I try to go to as many as I can, once again, because of Tristan McKee. But, man, Tri-County Speedway, 3 and 4 wide. How does that track compare to other tracks? Do you have let me ask you this, Butterbean. Do you have a favorite track as far as the Cars Tour that you just love better than others?
I tell everybody, it's kind of a cliche answer, but I always tell them wherever I can race at, I love it. But I do like Tri-County a lot, like Dominion, I like Wilkesboro, and then I like the low grip stuff, Langley and Florence and Goodyear. But Tri-County is a blast. It's such a nice place, and it's real racy, and we've been good there, so that helps.
Yeah. Well, I always say this. I appreciate you, Connor. I know you're real busy, and I'm not going to keep you long, but I appreciate you calling in. And once again, I want to reiterate, it's always good to hang out with you a little bit and get to laugh, and just guys being guys and signing autographs. And I didn't even know you was coming, so that was cool. And our buddy Bubba Pollard announced today that he's going to be at the Martinsville Speedway for Sam Hunt Racing. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And sorry I missed the show last week. That was a complete accident.
It's all good. You told me why, and I understand. But anyway, once again, thank you as always. I'll see you this Saturday. Good luck in the championship. You deserve it, my friend.
Hey, thank you so much, buddy, and thanks for having me on.
All right, we'll see you Saturday.
Bye.
All right. Brendan Butterbean Queen, and is he on? Is that him calling?
I can get him back. Hang on.
Yeah. We're gonna go
I'm
straight.
sorry, the party you are trying to reach has not set up voicemail on.
Well,
Okay.
I didn't know y'all was gonna hear all that. Well, he said it was going straight to voicemail.
Yeah, he was calling in the middle of Butterbean, and yeah.
No biggie. Y'all, this is our third show together.
Yeah.
Messer Media over there. It is not a problem.
We are working on it.
Can you just call him?
I just tried. I went straight to voicemail.
Do it. Call him.
I'm sorry, the party you are trying to reach has not set up.
No, I'm not going to say his number over the air.
There he is.
Unknown caller.
What in the world? Hello, you've reached Carteret County Speedway. This is John speaking. How may I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for Chris Lowry.
You are so out of line.
GM at Carteret.
Mayfield, how are you, man?
Doing good, man. How about you?
I'm good. I'm real good. I appreciate you calling in. Sorry, we're running a little bit behind today, but we got it all figured out, and you are on here. I want to congratulate you, as I said to you on the phone today. Congratulations, Jeremy, on being the 2024 Grand National Super Series champion. This is a big deal, man.
Yeah, it's a big deal to us anyway. You know, I know a lot of people it's probably not, but for us it's a huge deal, and very proud to be a part of it. And I'm echoing on here too.
Are you? Is it on echoing
Yeah,
on your end? I don't hear you. You ain't echoing on here. Should we just call back again and try it again, Messer?
It's up to you, buddy. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, it's just gonna be part of it for right now. I apologize.
Anyway, if you're good with it, you good with it, Mayfield?
Yeah, or you can call me back. It'd be better.
All right, let's do that. Let's hang up. We'll try again. All right.
Hey, call my number. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Lord. Okay, hang on.
Okay.
Is this better?
A little bit.
A little bit.
You got me on delay. Yeah, you got me on delay.
Something, huh?
Anyway, we'll make it work.
Yeah, absolutely, we will. So you had a good year this year, and we, as a series, with Kevin Cromer passing away and all that, y'all had that kind of put a damper on things. Absolutely, it did. He was a big part of that series and everything, and what he's done and been a part of it. And when he got sick, Jeremy, it didn't take long, man, and he was gone. He was no longer with y'all, or with us, and whatever.
Yeah, no, and it seemed like it didn't take long at all. And I hated it because, like you said, he was a huge part of the series and was there from day one, and just a great competitor and fun guy to race with, and just can't say enough about him. And like you said, shame that happened, and his wife, we seen her over the weekend. She's good as she could be, and we'll miss him for sure.
Right, no doubt about that. The Grand National Super Series, y'all had some different competitors this year. I got to go and see you at Tri-County and hang out with you a little bit and watch you race and see people I hadn't seen in a while. Where do you see this series at, Jeremy, in 3 years?
Well, I'm not sure. I think that it's moving forward for sure, and we got a lot of good things that's going to happen for next year that I think it'll make the series more exciting and bring a lot more fans to the racetrack. And just a lot of things that are going to happen. I feel like the next couple of months that will definitely make the series a lot bigger than what it is, and make like you said, make the fans interested and want to come out to this, and hopefully just watch it grow. And 3 years from now, hopefully it'll be 3 or 4 or 5 times bigger than it is right now.
When in this Grand National Super Series racing these older Cup cars, to me, that's something that you're very familiar with. And does that these cars pretty much got like fit right into your wheelhouse, Jeremy?
Yeah, pretty much. It's the type car that I've always liked driving, enjoy driving, and it's pretty much like a Pro Cup car or a Cup car. And we call them older cars, but they're not really that older cars. If you're running up front, you got to have a pretty much pretty updated race car. And whether it's a Pro Cup chassis or a Cup chassis or whatever, you still got to get the best. Pretty much you can get on it. And the lightest car you can build. Just the normal stuff that it takes to win races. And, we call them older Cup cars, but they're kind of in between there, older and but there's new stuff out there that you got to have to run fast.
Right. The is your lovely wife, is she keeping you straight and keeping everything in line on that end?
Oh yeah, for sure. And her best friend Lucy is definitely keeping me straight, and that's what it's all about. It's all about her and Lucy, and everything else is just second to that. Around here, so we always put her first, put Lucy first, and all that stuff, so that keep them happy, and so we can keep racing.
So for those of y'all listening, tuning in at home, or wherever you may be watching or listening at, Lucy is the dog. So y'all do know now who runs that family. Lucy does the cooking and makes Jeremy's bed and Miss Shanna's bed. So Lucy, she can drive cars too, y'all. This dog's amazing.
Yeah, she is. She's learning how to drive 4-wheelers, cars.
So. Nah, never mind. No, we ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't gonna talk about that.
Go ahead. What is it?
Well, I was just wanting your input on what's going on with the Michael Jordan thing and all that. Do you have an opinion on that?
Well, I do, but I probably need to keep it to myself right now. But I know that I feel like it's about time that's happened. I think everybody over my career anyway, over the what years I've been involved in it, has wondered why it hadn't happened already. And for them to step up, do what they've done, is pretty much something that sort of needs to be done. When you're talking about that kind of money and that type of businesses and stuff, you got a lot of people involved, a lot of personalities, a lot of things going on, a lot of sponsors. When it gets that big, things got to change, and you can't always be the only one in town, I guess. And that's kind of what they've been for over the years. And kind of, like you said, they said it best, in their lawsuit, and said about everything that everybody already knows. They were just the ones that were able to have enough balls to step up and do what needs to be done.
Very interesting the way this is going to play out. So the Snowball Derby this year, are you going to be there?
Well, I hope so. I haven't talked to my car owner in that Bubba yet, but hopefully we are. We might, maybe running one of their outlaw cars again, which was fun last year. And I have to get him on the phone here now. Our season's over with. Figure out what we're going to do, but I'd love to be down and run it again. Had a great time last year, and Snowball's always a fun place to go, and certainly have fun doing it. And if we could do that again, I'd certainly be there.
So, I'll tell you what's crazy. I'm sitting here. I got to look at my phone to see who's tuning in. Right when I just asked about the Snowball Derby, I want you to guess who it just says is now watching, just tuned in.
Well, who could that be?
Cody Brusso.
Really?
Yeah. Look, hold on. She's saying something.
Right, not help give me one.
Hold on. Still waiting on Jer to put my seat in so I can show him how to cut a lap.
Imagine that.
Hey, you got to admit, Mayfield, that girl right there is no joke. I would put her up against.
You, man.
She she's been on here several times, and it's about time. Well, I do a Snowball Derby preview this year. It's going to be in November, and it's going to be brought to you by Velasta. And definitely Cody will be one of the people more than wants to be on here. But Mayfield, I think, and I've been watching her for a long time. Cody Brusso is, I always talk about God-given talent, taught talent, no talent, you suck. Cody Brusso has God-given talent, and I think you'll agree with me on that.
Oh yeah, definitely, and especially the driving part for sure. And then she's pretty talented too, coming up with words and things to say. Does a pretty good job at that.
She has never been, and never will be at a loss for words, and that's what I love about her. I mean, she is not scared to hold on. Let's see what else she's saying.
She would just get a little bit more unpolitical, not be as politically correct as she is. She'd be all right.
She said, "Don't make it about me. He's going to be upset. Congratulations on your championship."
It's always about her,
Yeah, absolutely. She's good people, man. Love her to death.
Yep, sure is.
Well, look, man, I just wanted to make sure that everybody knows that Jeremy Mayfield is the 2024 Grand National Super Series champion, and there's going to be more to come. I say this a lot, even when you're not on this show, that I treasure our friendship because I can pick you up. I can pick up the phone and call you, and if you don't answer, you'll call me back. And I think it's pretty cool that I consider Jeremy Mayfield a good friend of mine. And Jeremy, that means a lot to me. And you've always been on this show anytime I've ever asked. Your wife, good people, getting to know her a little bit and hang out with her at Tri-County. Means a lot to me for you to be on here, man, and I hope that I get to see you at the Snowball Derby and we get to hang out and watch you win some more races.
Yeah, I know, and I appreciate that. We feel the same way towards you. Our friendship is, like you said, it's great, and anything we do to help each other, we've always been there. We've even talked about doing some things in the future, and you and I have, and one day that may come through too if we get get our hands and heads in the right place and do something else. But yeah, we feel the same way, buddy.
I'll be in touch, and I hope you get to talking about the Snowball Derby and you competing in it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. Tell Lucy I said hey, and I'll be in touch.
I will, buddy. Thank you.
All right. See you, Jeremy.
Bye.
Jeremy Mayfield. Good guy, man. That's me and him's had some good times together, and he is a good time. He really is. We almost back on track, aren't we?
Just about.
Oh my, Cody Brusso. I do hope you're doing good, my friend. Looking forward to go. What did she say?
Yeah, Shannon Mayfield. Said, "Damn, you are special. He never calls anyone back." We love you, Chris.
And I love her too. She is awesome. So at Tri-County that time, Jeremy needed some. Miss Shannon was talking to somebody and that was there with her, and I was like, what's going on? What's wrong here? And after we'd sat there, we said, Jeremy needs some nitrogen. I said, you come on and go with me. We're going to get some nitrogen. And by golly, the first people I went at, Darren Krantz Jr. and them actually, DJ, and I went straight to Darren Krantz Sr. I said, hey, man, we need some nitrogen, and it happened real quick. But I always love hanging out with them, and Snowball Derby, getting to go back home and see everybody's going to be a good time. Looking forward to that. Lacey Reed said, congratulations. Look, there's part of the peanut gallery. Worms watching. Yep. Yeah, Anthony, you're right, man. He does. Melissa Reed, thank you for tuning in. Their Mama Vicky, thank you for tuning in. But anyway, Tommy Neal, what's up, my brother? All right, we're back on track just about. Y'all just got next guy. He is the Bonneville and El Mirage land speed record holder. I got to meet him also at Simpson last Thursday, and it's this guy's very interesting to talk to, and it's this man likes to go fast, and when I say fast, like 244 miles an hour. That's back in 2007. He owns the Garage Shop, which he provided me with a shirt to wear for y'all to promote him and what he does. So anyway, we're going to take a quick message. We'll be right back, and y'all just stay right where. We'll be right back. We're going to give away some hats.
That's right.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check that out, Messer. At H&H Auto Repair, no job is too big or too small. Family owned and operated for over 20 years, they can do it all. From oil changes to engine swaps to North Carolina inspections, H&H Auto Repair is your one-stop auto shop. Located at 3088 Kernersville Road in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, right next to Tickle Pink Convenience Store, stop by and see Daniel and Philip Harrison and tell them old CC sent you. That's H&H Auto Repair, 3088 Kernersville Road in Winston-Salem.
People can trust me to detail their vehicles because I've been doing it for years. I've worked on stuff from $1,000 all the way up to $100,000, but at the end of the day, you still gotta live up to the same standard. I put love and care into every vehicle. I just want to make sure my customer's happy because I like getting everything. I mean, every crack, every cranny, anything I can get. I really just want it to be squeaky clean. I know how I want my ride to look like at the end of the day, and I should do the same thing to yours.
Hey everybody, it's Chris Carter, host of Talking Circles with Chris Carter and an announcer here at the historic Bowman Gray Stadium. And I want to just take 1 second, if I could please, to tell you all about Velasta. I've discovered Velasta. I'm now day 18 of taking this amazing product. I had Sam Shepard on my podcast 3 weeks ago. And once again, I've had arthritis of my spine and my knees, and I've been able to get around. It's made such a difference in my life. I had these things on my elbow that are basically gone away now. So go to Velasta.net, check this amazing product. I promise you'll thank me. Velasta.net, Velasta Racing. Y'all go check them out. It has made such a difference in my life. I'm telling you, my way of living has changed drastically in only 17 days. Check them out, Velasta.net. Choice Tire and Automotive is a full-service auto repair shop and your #1 source for tires and wheels in Kernersville, North Carolina. They offer a variety of automotive services to keep your vehicle rolling on the road and off. Choice Tire and Automotive offers check engine light repair and diagnostics, oil changes, brake repairs, alignments, balancing, rotations, and general automotive repairs. They bring the best quality service possible in everything they do, and their team is committed to providing the best workmanship and customer experience possible. Choice Tire and Automotive's hours are Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. till 5 p.m. Give Choice Tire and Automotive a call at 336-992-9002 and let them take care of your tire and automotive service needs. Fox and Veed, Let You Down. That is their new hit single. Really good band. Also, if somebody you know is in a band, they're a local band, whether it's down there where I'm from, down in Mobile, Alabama, Pensacola, Florida, Biloxi, Pascagoula, Mississippi, New Orleans, we want to support local bands and help push their music. We would love to play your music going to and from commercial breaks. That's Fox and V, Let You Down. Appreciate them letting us play their music, their local band from right here in the Triad area. Blaine Curry turned us on to them.
That's right.
Appreciate Blaine doing that. So if anybody has any ideas, any music you want us to play here, would love to do it. Aaron Brown, how are you, my friend? Aaron Brown, you with us? Aaron Brown, you with us?
He just disconnected. Hang on.
Hey, we ain't mad. It's all good. Growing pain. Got to have growing pains, folks. You got to crawl before you walk.
There we go.
There he is.
I can hear him, but I don't see him. You see him?
Hold on.
Yep,
No,
I
got you.
we got you. Nope.
Yeah.
We're good.
I'm on the
There we
delay. Yeah, I'm on the delay on my phone. So we're gonna get that fixed. How are you, man?
Good. It was good to meet you at Simpson World the other day. It was awesome that we could help JD and then out down there, bringing the Darrell Waltrip car down. That's It's one of my most favorite cars that we have at the garage shop. Really special story behind it, and it's one of my most prized possessions.
I've never seen one of those cars from that era that close up like that, Aaron. And it was pretty neat, and especially when y'all fired it up, that was even more neat. But tell us the story behind that, man.
That chassis was built by Dennis Fringe. And there was a couple, I think Donnie Rickelson worked on it. And Daryl won the 1987 All American 400 in that car. I think he was eighth place with maybe 8 laps to go or something like that. And
Mm-hmm.
he got around, I think, Rusty Wallace, Mark Martin on the last lap or two, and ended up winning the race with that car. There was a little bit of drama behind it. I don't know. I've been told stories there might have been a fire bottle that weighed too much. I don't know, or a radio box or something. I don't know. But Daryl ended up winning that race, and we took care of Daryl's cars for a lot of years down at the museum. And even after he sold the museum, we took care of his cars for a lot of years. And he gave Dale Jr. the 88 Gatorade car. I think Scott Bruschetta got Daryl's Daytona modified. And I was kind of in charge of dispersing those cars. And, Daryl called me up one morning and he says, hey, which one of them cars you like? I said, well, I mean, me, I really like that ASA car because it defines Daryl Waltrip. Rock'em
Mm-hmm.
sock'em, short track racing, Nashville, Tennessee, you know, and it's an iconic paint scheme with the Tide and the Camaro, the IROC Z style body. And he goes, you've done a great job for me for a long time. You can have that car. I want you to have it. It's a gift from me to you. And I guard that car with my life. And to me, it'll always be Daryl's car, and we're like a lifetime caretaker of it. And we keep that car up. Uh, I think a year or so ago, fuel cell from 1989 finally started leaking. Rob Schultz built a new one. One of the heads rotted through one time, and Jeff Collins put the motor back together for us. So I'd like to get it out and run it. The
Yeah.
car's capable. I'd like to see it go around a racetrack again. Be cool to get that Camaro in like one of the new late model, Camaro bodies, and kind of put them side by side and do a neat little video. So if anybody out there is listening and want to do something like that, I'm all ears.
That is the man for it right there. Talking to Aaron Boone. I want to say real quick, Chris Burns, I just seen tuned in. I want to say hey to my buddy, Chris Burns, and they collect older cars and stuff like that. So pretty cool to see him in here. Uh, I want to know because he's been on this show before, and I have developed an actual friendship with him and Miss Pat throughout the last 5 or 6 years to where I call and check on them. I want to know about the Donnie Allison 27 Ford Talladega you ran at Bonneville. And like I said, Donnie, that intrigues me, and that's interesting to me because of my relationship I've developed with Mr. Donnie through the last 5, 6 years, as I just said. But tell us about that.
Donnie just lives down the road from our ranch here in Cleveland. So, but a few years ago, I, I lived beside Bobby Isaac's sister and kind of became a de facto member of the family, kind of like a
Yep.
black sheep. And in fact, Junior Setzer, Bobby's nephew, was the best man at my wedding. Um, and Bobby the third and Randy and all us, we've been friends for a lot of years. And when Goldie, his sister, passed away, I lived beside her. She told me, she said, well, most important thing Bobby ever did was, go to Bonneville. He loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Promise me you'll go back there and do that. So, she passed away, and I think it was '06 or '07. Um, they a guy went out there and broke his record, and it wasn't like an official record because the USAC had been gone from Bonneville, but he's telling everybody he broke Bobby Isaac's record and yada, yada, yada. So I called some friends of mine at Dodge. Ray Evernham gave us a Speedway car, an '06 Dodge Speedway car. Joey Arrington built some motors. we put this car together in like 3 weeks, went to the Dodge Wind Tunnel, and I never been to Bonneville. I didn't know I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I had no idea. I just ran my mouth and said, we got to go do this. And other people's like, yeah, we got to go do this. And so I called the guy that drove the car. He went like 226. And so we took our car out there and we unloaded it at, I think we were 240 off the trailer, and then went 244. And that's with a bone stock car. I mean, the FIA made us bring templates that we had Butler make for us.
That, yeah, and in 2007, you went 244.9 mile an hour. Okay. Now, I want to know, is it even possible to describe going that fast? And how far did you go?
I had another guy drive that car.
Mm-hmm.
And so we kind of got away from we just went and did the project and put the nail in the coffin, and that was that. And a few years after that, my friend Drew Patey from Safety Clean, we built a truck called Project 39. It's a 39 Ford all steel pickup truck with a Roush Yates FR9 in it. And we developed that truck we went 214 miles an hour in a standing mile on concrete. And that kind of moved over to Safety Clean, wanted to go back to Bonneville because they were sponsoring an event. So Drew got a hold of Jack Roush and Roush Yates Engine, and everybody chipped in, and we built a 2018 Cup car. And that car was faster than our original car. We were 242 in a mile and a half in that car at Spaceport in New Mexico, and it ran 226 in a standing mile. So that car was fast. We still have that car, so it was good.
So for the people in the back, tell them what Bonneville is.
It is the flattest place on Earth. It's one of the few places you can see the actual crown of Earth. The Southern California Timing Association sets up a 5-mile track, and I was in cup racing for probably 20 years as a fabricator and mechanic and all this stuff. It's way more complicated than NASCAR. The rules are very particular. The safety rules are the highest standards I've ever seen, and our company does work for Formula One. And it is the most difficult, challenging thing that I've ever done. And it's unbelievable. I mean, to run wide open for 5 miles on basically ice.
Okay, so I'm going to allude to what you just said for everybody listening in and watching. All right, so Aaron spent 20 years in NASCAR as a research and development fabricator for Ray Evernham and Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, and he's also served as crew chief in the NASCAR Gander Outdoor Truck Series, which is now the Craftsman Truck Series and Xfinity Series. Okay, and that's pretty cool. And like to hear you say how much more complicated what you're doing racing these 5 miles or going these 5 miles. So, because I don't know, how is there any grip? You got to have grip to go fast, Aaron, unless I'm just missing something here. And how do you find grip in salt flats?
That's kind of like when we go to the modified. We used to run. I still have my modifieds. We'd race the modifieds down at Myrtle Beach, and I'd look at Grandpa and go, "Man, it's slippery out there." And he'd just look at me and shake his head.
So I mean, as far as it just seems like that'd be something going 240 mile an hour with no grip it's mind boggling to me, man.
Well, we brought some different technology. We rely heavily on suspension through Penske racing shops, and also we use dirt late model rear suspension in our cars.
Wow, that makes sense.
A four link with a DEI, Dale Earnhardt Incorporated bird cages and a torque arm, And I mean, that makes a big difference. It really helps put the power to the ground, and you can dynamically adjust your ride height to get the car exactly where you want. You know, and that's in our 34 Roadsters that we do that. So I mean, it works great. You know, we've had a lot of success with it this year. You know, we built a '65 Corvette that went 235 mile an hour, stock body car with a chin spoiler and a wing. So we've had a lot of success out there this year, and you know, it's going to be tough to follow up that success next year. But you know, I know over the winter everybody's going to work really hard, and you know, we'll go even faster next year.
Well, absolutely. Also, we're talking to Aaron Brown, and he's the owner and operator of the garage shop in Denver, North Carolina. And Aaron has built some of the most unique and fastest cars, trucks, and hot rods in existence. He is well known in the NASCAR and the land speed community as the builder and driver of the uncatchable Project 39, a 1939 Ford rat rod that currently holds 9 land speed records. Tell us about that, man.
That was the all. It actually holds, I don't know, 30 or 40 of them now. That's pretty
Yeah,
old
well,
right there. I kind of wanted to get back into the land speed racing, so we found this old 39 Ford truck cab and a bed and body down in Texas. You know, I don't even know what I was doing down there. I found it in Craigslist or something, and I drug this junk home on an empty flatbed trailer and sat behind the shop for a bit. And one Christmas, you know, me and a couple of my friends and a couple of cases of beer decided we were going to build a land speed truck. And you know, that truck is kind of the cornerstone of our company. It's very unsuspecting. It won the hot rod real street competition, I think, twice at Arkansas. It's probably set close to 30 records, not including the ones of its own
wow.
it broke. We ran that truck at 214 miles an hour on the concrete from standing start. So, and it's street legal.
Could you imagine pulling up next to that thing at the red light?
I can
God,
tell you
flip
a
them
story
off.
about it.
See you. I want to hear it.
North Carolina highway trooper.
Did he get you?
We had a 12 pack sitting between the seats, but it wasn't open. And he looked over and he put his flashy lights on. It was up in Denver, and we pulled over and he goes, "I'm not going to give you a ticket. I just wanted to look at your truck."
You should have said, "Get in, sir. Let's go for a ride." Huh?
Yeah.
Well, tell us about the garage shop. You know, you've been able to mingle with some pretty other interesting people that's in the same type of stuff, and you've been on some reality shows and what have you. How did you get started doing all this, Aaron?
Basically, it was out of necessity. In '07, I did not want anything to do with the COT car. It was
And
boring.
NASCAR.
Yeah, I didn't want to work on it. And in fact, 2 years prior to that, we were at the meeting down at the R&D center, I think, and they were telling us about this car. 2 weeks later, I started building a shop at my house. The
Mm-hmm.
30 and collecting stuff. I said, I'm out. I'm not doing this. And you know, we built and maintained some. We built some speedway cars and did some stuff when ARCA was still running steel bodies, and tiddled around with that and had a good time. Just kind of relaxed and did some consulting work. And one thing led to another. Then we built the 39. And then we had another project called Expedition SEMA, which was a 1970 FJ40 that we completely built from the ground up. And we drove it from North Carolina to SEMA completely off road, 6,000 miles.
Wow.
Not once, not twice, but 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
We did the Oregon Trail in that truck, and we also did the Continental Divide. Did about every major Western trail you could do for 3 years. And then that's when Safety Clean wanted to get back involved in land speed racing. You know, we talked about the 6 car, the Jack Roush Yates car.
Mm-hmm.
And then through that, I met a really interesting fellow named Vance Kirshner. He was actually partnered, owns a company named Labware. He was partnered up on our Cup car for Bonneville and some of the land speed events. And he's like, what else you doing? I said, well, I'm going to build this Daytona because I wanted to go back with a real Dodge Daytona on the 50th anniversary of Bobby's records in 21. And he goes, well, I want to help you do that. So we built that car together. It's on our webpage, the Garage Shop 200. Midstream, I had an old wannabe Talladega sitting behind the shop, kind of half race car, half abortion looking thing. And he goes, well, I want to drive one too. So we built the Talladega, and there's some really good videos of that on our YouTube channel, the Garage Shop on YouTube. With Donnie, and Donnie would come up to the shop, and I remember Donnie was up at the shop right before we took that car first time to Arkansas to test it on the mile.
Yep.
And Donnie said, whatever you do, don't run this car like you young guys like to drop the tail of these cars. Don't do that. Don't do it. And and you're like, yeah, okay. The very first pass I made in that car, we had, I don't know, a pair of 125s in the rear and some bump springs. And at about 225 mile an hour, the back of that car dropped down. And I'll tell you what, she was a handful. So we put a real set of springs in the back of it, and she drove like a champ. And I always tell Donnie that story. I was like, you were right. And you know how he likes to be right.
Oh, absolutely. You did. Yes. And don't argue with him. Yes, sir, Mr. Donnie, you're right. Real quick, I do want to give a shout out to our friends at Bubba's About Broke podcast. I hope everybody's doing well. That's Bubba's About Broke podcast. Good group of guys over there covering a lot of stuff in the Tennessee area. Appreciate them tuning in tonight, and I hope they're all doing well. And, Aaron, I'm going to go back to that Darrell Waltrip car that I got to see firsthand. And, with that car staying at your shop, does that kind of help bring business to the garage shop in Denver, North Carolina?
I really don't. I'm kind of different when it comes to the collection of cars we have at the shop.
Yep.
I mean, we have some really nice RCR cars. Kevin Harvick 29 car. The early 2000s. We have singular cars. We have Darrell's Mountain Dew car, one of the Mountain Dew Buicks. We have. I mean, there's quite a few cars there. I don't take them out much. We'll take them to PRI, Goodyear. Request cars from us once in a while, and to me they're just special. And the people that come by the shop that want to see them, I'm happy to show them to them and let them spend some time with them, and wander around and enjoy all that stuff. But to me, having it's one thing. You don't have to tell everybody you have it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep. I get it. I do.
It's cool to walk by it and think about my friend Darrell, or think about Bobby Isaac and the Isaac family, or Donnie, and and those people that I worked with throughout the years, and knowing that I got a piece of something I worked on, through the years. That means the most to me, and I like it when people come to the shop and enjoy them. It's fun. We'll get them out. I think we let one kid drive the Mountain Dew car up and down the street. So.
Master, guess where we're going tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm on the way tonight.
I want to say real quick also another shout out. Luke Baldwin is tuned in. I want to say hey to Luke. Wish him nothing but the best this weekend. Way to keep you cool and just go with the flow, buddy. Good luck this Saturday at North Wilkesboro. Yeah, Aaron, me and my producer over here, Eric Messer, we're gonna come and hang out. I want to go and get a few pictures or what have you, and kind of help promote the garage shop. And you said it earlier, I got to meet you and hang out some. Now, if Bubba Pollard wouldn't have been there, I'd have probably stayed out there and talked your ear off. But I was kind of obligated to helping him and being with him. And but man, it was awesome to get to know you. And when actually, Miss Krista Bowser's like, Chris, this guy's right down your alley. You need to check this out because he's done a lot of stuff. And I'm the type of guys, well, I want to know who I'm talking to. And I Googled your name and looked, and I'm like, oh, my Lord, I do want to go meet this guy. But, and you talked to me like we fought in Vietnam together, my friend. I mean, it was just really cool. And here we are. Well, and let me tell y'all here, I said, how much are the shirts? And this guy, Aaron Boone, had on me for all of 12 minutes, and he said, for you free. And I'm like, well, and I want to wear one on the podcast. So I wear this. I will wear this proudly, man, and represent you to the best of my ability. And I'd like to come. Like I said, me and my buddy there, Messer. Matter of fact, we might be going to Millbridge. I'm going to Millbridge tomorrow. I don't know if he's going or not, but I am.
I'll be at the shop. I'll be at the shop for a little bit tomorrow. And then, we also have the horse ranch in Cleveland.
I did see that on the Facebook. Yep.
So we have the horsepower ranch over here, and then we have the race car shop over in Denver. So, I try to spend a lot of time here and help my wife with that.
You better help her.
Yeah, it's a startup. It's a startup business, and we want to apply the same principles and values here that we do, at the race car shop. If we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it to the best of our ability, and take pride and great care of these animals, and take care of them. And it's actually really peaceful to be away from the race car shop, knowing you have such a great group of people there taking care of things for you.
Right.
You met Derek, JD's boyfriend.
Yes, good guy, awesome guy. Yep.
So, but yeah, that's why I couldn't stay too long. I had to get back to the ranch. We had projects that I had to get done, and I just got home from 6 weeks of racing out west, and I'm leaving again Friday to go out west to race for a weekend. So,
well, we'll get together soon and come out there and hang out for a little bit and go eat lunch or something. And man, anytime you want to be on here, Aaron, you are more than welcome. And I really appreciate you coming on tonight.
Yeah, anytime. Like I said, if you want to do a show from the shop over there around all the cars and whatever we can do to help you, it's great to see people like you promoting short track racing. And you're talking to Luke Baldwin there. I actually have Mike Stefanik's X6 modified that he won the championship with.
Wow. That's We're going, Messer.
Yeah.
We're going. I'd like to go do a live show from there. That'd be pretty neat, and let you sit in with us and show what you shop, which all you got going on in there and everything. Well, look, man, once again, thank you for your time. I appreciate you being on, and I will be in touch real soon, Aaron.
All right. I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys, and thank you for all you do at Bowman Gray and everything you do for the sport and, keeping things interesting and fun for all the fans. It's awesome.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. See ya.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right, man. Aaron Boone, that's somebody, Messer, that you could sit and talk to. I was giving his shout outs, but I did see the Peanut Gallery is actually back. Jason Rao with Colfax Towing and Auto Repair. Daniel Harrison with H&H Auto. Worm, they're all back. They're probably gone by now. They're like, well, I was tuned in. But, I got on to Daniel Day. I said, you used to be on there all the time. And I gave you your own little 45 segment on here. And now but anyway, they were here earlier. Okay, so we're going to take another commercial break, and we're going to come back. We got several things we want to talk about. I want to give an update on what's going on in Western North Carolina. I'm going to talk about my little buddy Darren Krantz Jr. racing at Millbridge. Give a quick Noel update. We're going to talk about Alex Bowman just a little bit. Got good stuff coming up. Don't go nowhere. We're going to be right back. Much love to all of you. Jimmy Brown of J&T Services buys junk, unwanted vehicles of all types. He removes scrap metal, specializes in trash removal and eviction cleanups. Whether it's a bed or a table or an even old washer and dryer, Jimmy Brown, you don't play around. Serving the Triad area since 2007, J&T Services is firefighter owned, and you can reach them at 336-341-1171, or you can go to J&T Services on Facebook. If you need your hot dog experience to go to a whole new level, then you need to check out Williams Hot Dogs and Barbecue, because when it comes to hot dogs, it doesn't get more iconic than Williams. Williams Hot Dogs and Barbecue has been in business since 1910, which makes them part of the fabric of the Triad area, and their recipe hasn't changed in 114 years. Same barbecue, same slaw, same hot dogs. Williams is located at 4400 Old Walkertown Road in Winston-Salem, and their hours are Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Come chill at the grill and enjoy yourself with family and friends at Williams Hot Dogs and Barbecue. Welcome back, Talking Circles with Chris Carter, presented by J&T Services, our buddy Jimmy Brown. Nothing too big or too small. If you need it removed, call our friends at J&T Services. Jimmy Brown, did y'all hear that guy, Fox and Veed, ripping that guitar? Woo, son.
Yeah, ever since I played them last week, I've been going through their whole discography, man. They got some incredible stuff, man. I'm excited for the new album.
Hey, Megan Flint Brown, tell Cam I said hey. And Marley, Lord, we can't forget Marley. So, hope they're all doing good. Welcome back, Talking Circles with Chris Carter, presented by J&T Services. We are live here at our Choice Tire and Automotive studios in Kernersville, North Carolina. Choice Tire and Automotive. They're located in Kernersville on North Carolina 66. Go and check them out for all your tire and service needs. Appreciate them for what they do for us. So, guys, we've got... All right, we're going to start at the top real quick. And then we're going to show a video of Darren Krantz's papa. But, Messer.
Yes, sir.
Alex Bowman DQ'd. Joey Logano before that was out, which I thought was very, very... Let's back up a little bit and talk about Tyler Reddick real quick. Tyler Reddick drove his behind off.
He really did.
It was very... Now, my Saints... Oh, my God. Don't even get me... I shouldn't even said the New Orleans Saints. They make me want to throw up in a garbage bag. Golly, my team sucks.
Hey, at least you're not a Carolina Panthers fan.
They suck, too. They're all bad. Except for the Panthers.
It's just the whole NFC South at the moment.
No, Atlanta's good.
Yeah,
the Bucs are good. Now, I should have even brought up football. Anyway, I did go back and I seen the scenario at the Roval in Charlotte, and they was showing where Joey Logano was and what Tyler Reddick had to do. And I'm like, man, this dude's actually going to do this. So, as I just said, it was very, very interesting to me that Logano was out. So let's fast forward. This car right here, the 48, DQ'd for being too light. So they let him fuel up, water up. They let him do everything possible. NASCAR did so it was almost like they didn't want him to be DQ'd, Messer. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I know that. NASCAR does not have to be that lenient in the first place.
No,
it can be if you come across too light. I mean, you're done. But I'm sure they probably took the incident with the turtles into account.
Nothing fell off.
Something fell off.
No, it didn't.
Something. Did you see the video?
Yeah, I mean, I watched it 19 times, and what fell off?
I don't. It can't really see it. But some people are saying it looked like some lead fell off. Maybe I don't know. But that
see lead.
That becomes a whole nother issue of
why didn't Hendrick appeal it?
Somebody gets suspended. So
why didn't Hendrick appeal it?
I don't. You'd have to ask Rick Hendrick. I don't know.
Well, hold on.
We
have time to call him?
Yeah, let's call him real quick.
So now you're saying something fell off. Now is this something you've seen?
I had to pull up the video.
And I know he made a jump look like Bubba Blackwell jumping to some buses or something, and I go and I get it. And it had to be a big component, something big to fall off to be that light.
Exactly, because they said, I think the director said they give like about a 17-pound allowance.
Yeah, 17 pounds. Yeah.
So that's pretty significant.
Yeah.
And it passed pre-race.
On Saturday.
Right. That's true.
On Saturday. Not on the day of the race. Some people seem to forget that.
Right, that's true.
Okay, so, anyway, yeah, here we are. Logano's in, Alex Bowman's out. One of the most intriguing things about what we're talking about with this Alex Bowman deal is that Mr. Hendricks and the Hendricks Corporation shop did not appeal. I just knew an appeal was coming. I think anybody with half a brain thought that an appeal was coming. So that takes out. You know what? I don't care who else is in there. Kyle Larson. Denny has a chance. The rest of the rest of these tracks play into Denny Hamlin's favor. But I don't. All we can, blah blah blah. Kyle Larson will be the 2024 NASCAR Cup Series champion. Period. End of story. And then guess what? We'll see him February 2nd at Bowman Gray Stadium.
Right.
Let's not forget the Clash coming to Bowman Gray Stadium February the 2nd. And I've heard a lot of people talk about ticket sales and being very happy with how things are going. At first, once again, hand out those $100 bills. Somebody's going to cry if there's any 20s. But for the most part, I'm getting good feedback on my end. And we're both associated with Bowman Gray. So the feedback that I'm getting has been very good about how it's finally going now.
Right. And I know they're selling the 2-day tickets, so I'm sure we'll have some information hopefully soon about what that 2-day show looks like. But also, I saw some stuff coming up this morning. You had to be careful with the resale tickets are starting to come out now as well. And I saw some tickets in, I think section 5 on the backstretch going for $325.
Also beware of scammers. I had someone to reach out to me and say, Chris, would NASCAR would they call? No.
Nope.
If someone says they're NASCAR, if someone says they're NASCAR and they're calling, please don't be that dumb. There ain't no other word for it. I mean, no, the NASCAR is not going to call you and say what they're doing is they're going online and they're seeing all these people talk about, I'm on the wait list. I'm on the wait list. And it's like, hey, this is NASCAR. We got your tickets. If you'll send $300 to www.whatever.
If you can send me 1 Bitcoin, I'll send you some tickets.
Yeah.
So anyway, don't do that.
Y'all be careful. the people who watch this show, they're not that stupid, okay? But
unfortunately, it's just a way of life at the moment.
Somebody did reach out to me and say, Chris, would NASCAR do that? No, they wouldn't do that. What the world? All right. Well, that was very interesting. Hold on.
Yeah, Ryan Putnam said he's looking for a spotter job for the Clash if any Cup teams need help.
Did you see what Daniel, the Peanut Gallery, is speaking up? There they are. If someone gives me
Bryant Robertson.
Where's he at?
He was up a little bit. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. You have to let me in on that.
Man, I can't know. He embarrasses me sometimes. October 27th at Turn and Burn Hobby and Raceway big car show. We're gonna have that. We're gonna have Brian on next week where we can really talk about that. But October 27th, mark it on your calendar. There's gonna be prizes, door prizes, stuff given away. He's working really hard. Brian is now. He's at that starting to stress point where if I pick at him a little bit, it's gonna be all right, there, Booger Bear. He's getting to that point, and look, believe it or not, he wants everything he knows what he wants, how he wants it, and you got me on the other side of the desk just giving him a hard time a little bit, but he knows I love him, and he knows that we're here to help him, and thank you. You've reached out to MJ Printing and Graphics, who's helping out with some of this,
right?
And trophies, plaques, and what have you. So, October 27th at Turn and Burn Hobby and Raceway car show, cruise in. It's going to be big. Make your plans to attend. All right, so also, I do want to let everybody know if you're interested in being a sponsorship on Talking Circles with Chris Carter, presented by J&T Services, please reach out. We have opportunities available. We do have different packages to fit your needs. Let us help promote your brand and or business. Also, hey, country, see you. What did Bryant say? Might let out my cigarette. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, that could be on. We talk about that. But Bryant will be on. Regardless, that'd be cool to talk about it. He will be on next weekend to talk about the car show. Also, Noelle Strong on Facebook. Very soon, as I said last week, she's going to have her leg removed. And I want y'all to please continue to remember her and her family in your prayers. This child is such a warrior. She's facing this head on. Could you imagine being 7 years old and being told, baby girl, you're going to So y'all continue those prayers for that child, their family, because they're fixing to have a drastic curveball thrown at them in that child's life. But as I said last week, she's got her pink wheelchair. She's ready. She knows it's going to happen, and that's so we want to remember her in her prayers. Also, do want to talk about, before we go, our little buddy, Race for Kids Foundation, Darren Krantz Jr. He's going to be racing at Millbridge tomorrow, Eric Messer.
Yeah.
And that's going to be his first time on dirt. Dad's nervous, Mom's nervous, Papa's nervous. Everybody's nervous about him racing on dirt at Millbridge. And I told him, you better be ready, because during the feature, the heat races are okay. But when you have 4 and 5 heat races at Millbridge, you know what that means for the feature. They're all coming together. And it's like letting the bulls out in Spain when they run down the road. I mean, it's chaos. It's controlled chaos to a degree. Tristan ain't racing there no more because he's done flipped several times. Like, whoa! Last time, bless his little heart, he got this. He had his necklace left a mark on him. He wrecked pretty bad.
Yeah.
So the powers that be at Chevrolet said, no more. But you know, wishing DJ to much. I'm going. You going with me?
I think so. I will have to check one more thing, but I believe I will be going with you.
All right. So
that'll be my first time there.
You're gonna, like I told you on the phone, you're gonna love it. That place is amazing. You know, I mean, you see all kind of people there. Kyle Busch is usually there racing. Now that Brexton's even getting bigger and better, now he has been going to different places, but it's always a good time at Millbridge Speedway. We'll always try to help promote what they're doing as much as possible. The youth, it's about the kids. Speaking of kids, I do want to say congratulations to Bubba Gale's grandson, Sebastian Johnson. He won at Charlotte in the NASCAR Youth Series. Congratulations to him and his quarter midget. Kid's pretty good. Western North Carolina, we do not want to forget them. We also want to remember the people down in Florida with Hurricane Milton coming in. Was that it? Milton, yeah.
Milton, yep.
Yep, Milton. There is a Milton, Florida, believe it or not. Yeah. So anyway, Hurricane Milton. But, you know, we're thinking about our friends on the other side of the state in Western North Carolina. There's a lot of help. A lot of stuff is being brought in. Justin Long just said on Facebook, it's getting cold. It's cold. There's people still without stuff.
It's snowing tonight in some places up there.
Well, chance of it, but
still.
It's cold.
It's cold.
Real cold. So our friends, Race for Kids Foundation, they're using their main play. I want you to show the video.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about it real quick before we leave for the night. This is Darren Krantz Jr.'s grandfather, Papa, as they call him, Papa Arthur Krantz. This business and family-owned facilities in both Old Fort, North Carolina, and Spruce Pine, North Carolina. Mr. Arthur Krantz and the Krantz family, they're working with the U.S. military by utilizing hundreds of thousands of square feet to receive, stage, and distribute equipment and supplies out of the Krantz family Spruce Pine facilities. Darren Krantz Jr.'s Papa has passed down his very strong belief in philanthropy, wherein giving back and always helping those in need, what he has always done and what his product passes, and he has his product passes the torch to his grandson, as we just said, Darren Krantz Jr., to now carry the Krantz family legacy and mission of helping children and families in need through his Race for Kids Foundation. I'm looking forward to meeting Papa Krantz. Darren Krantz Jr.'s dad, Darren Krantz Sr., has been so helpful to what we're doing, allowing Talking Circles with Chris Carter, presented by J&T Services, to be a part of the Race for Kids Foundation. And I'm very proud to be a part of that, to be a part of what Darren Krantz Jr. is doing in helping kids with cancer, sick kids. Excuse me. That's how the relationship that started with me and DJ and his dad, and looking forward to meeting his dad, his Papa, and that's where it all streams down. So as y'all just seen, using their facilities for the military. There's proof right there that there is being government help offered. I'm not saying it is for everywhere, but we do know right here at their facility, it is a staging point, so to speak, right there. You've seen the video for yourself. But, you know, from Papa Cranch to Darren Cranch Sr., now to DJ and Race for Kids Foundation, we're a part of that, and we're a big part of that. Velasta's a part of that. So, you know, it's all coming together. Now we got Gary Brown Dream 68 as a sponsor and a part of the show. Also Frank Steaks in Long Island, New York. So we're just getting bigger. We will be having Gary Brown, who was on the 1997 Green Bay Packers Super Bowl team. He's an offensive lineman, played college at Georgia Tech. So you're going to start seeing Talking Circles with Chris Carter presented by J&T Services at the Choice Tire and Automotive Studios. We're gonna start. It's, you know, football players, baseball players. It's gonna, and actually Martin Truex Jr. Foundation used the Krantz family's trucks and stuff to send some stuff to other places. So really, really excited what we're doing with Race for Kids and Darren Krantz Jr. And once again, looking forward to watching him race at Millbridge tomorrow night. He'll have a little cheering section. And all right, that's it. Bye. No. I miss my co-host, Sydney, so bad. She is a major part of this show as well. But once again, it's always family first. Don't ever forget that. And we want her to enjoy her time with her kids, because before she knows it, they're all going to be grown and gone.
Right.
You know? But as always, thank you to each and every one of y'all from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate your support, your love, the kind messages, texts. Eric Messer, I appreciate what you've done. This is our third show together. I'm very pleased with what's going on. The feedback has been amazing. We're just, I couldn't be more pleased. I'm happy. People see it. It's just, I'm just not against anything in the past at all. But, you know, I just think the way we're going and the path we're taking, it's
right. And real quick before we sign off here, I got a few notes myself for Western North Carolina too.
Do it.
So Chad Tucker posted a couple days ago that some areas are open and they do need tourism in the area. So if you're able to make it up that way, just keep in mind of the hurricane affected areas heading up that way. But some of the higher elevation areas like Boone, Blowing Rock, Sparta, West Jefferson, and almost all the Smokies in Southwest Virginia, they're open and they need tourism to. This is their tourism season with the fall color coming in. So if you can go up there, even if it's calling and buying a gift card, they said that helps. So, and another quick thing here as well, with the band that we've been featuring, Fox and Veed.
Yep.
They have a Western North Carolina concert. It's a benefit concert at the Cabarrus, whatever that county is, Cabarrus Brewing Company on October 25th. At 7 p.m. It's a $10 cover. 100% of the cover and the video proceeds go to God's Pit Crew Disaster Response to help out Western North Carolina. And that's also the day their new album comes out. So
God's Pit Crew is on the hood of Connor Hall's race car, the number 22 Nelson race car. So they appreciate what they're doing. The Cajun Navy, there's so many people that's doing.
Cajun Navy and the Redneck Army, Redneck Air Force.
So
yeah.
I said it last week. I said it the week before. Those of y'all that know me from being where I'm from and down there, Pascagoula, Mississippi, Hurricane Katrina, had to get the FEMA trailer, lived it, felt it, smelt it, touched it, nothing to wear. It's you can't even describe it. You can't even describe being in a hurricane. You know, people think that it's something. And believe this or not, what I've seen, it was bad in New Orleans. See, and it was all, you know, Asheville. Well, the same thing happened to me and all my friends and people down there. It was all about, you know, I'm only an hour and 15 minutes from New Orleans. And it was all about New Orleans. It wasn't about Biloxi. It wasn't about Mobile. It wasn't about Pascagoula. It was about New Orleans. So I you know, bless their heart. And the main thing is we just got to pray. You know, that's the biggest thing. And don't never, ever forget who's in charge. Jesus Christ is still king, and that's that. He knows what he's doing. Might not meet, you know, we might not understand it, but sometimes things aren't meant for us to understand. It's his ways, not ours. I love y'all. All these kind comments and everything, Miss Reed and all of y'all. Thank you for tuning in. These hats.
Yeah.
So, do we even get one subscriber on our
Yeah.
YouTube channel?
I got 5 of them. We
All
got
right.
5. How many hats we got there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would give one to Daniel and Jason Rowell at Colfax Towing and Auto Repair, but they've probably got 22 of them themselves.
Right.
So, how are we going to do this? If you want a hat, I mean, y'all, Chase Elliott, these hats are provided by our friend Steve Stroud at
5 Points Tire and Auto.
I've got like 5 repair shops, but
right.
I love them all. This is the Choice Tire and Automotive Studios, but 5 Points Tire and Auto, Steve Stroud.
They do a great job.
Yes,
they
they
took
do.
care of me last week.
Yes, they do.
But yeah, so I was able to pull 5 subscribers from YouTube that I was able to see their account. So I have BC Cart 008. You're a winner of a you're the winner of a hat. You got Tristan Cannon, Brandon Gray, Thomas Southern, and get this, Ryan Putnam.
We're gonna give Ryan 2 hats.
2 hats.
Y'all know what? We're gonna give Ryan 1 hat for him, 1 hat for his lovely wife, 1 hat for twin 1, 1 hat for twin 2. That's to the Putnams. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goes out to the 5 subscribers.
There you go. Or, well, I was thinking here, we can probably get you on top of a bus and you just kind of throw them out.
I have been in many Mardi Gras parades, and there's nothing like it. Wait, I got to take one from this. Jason Rowell, Colfax Towing and Auto Repair, just said, Veda likes hats. So guess what?
Getting a hat.
That's his baby girl.
There you go.
That is his baby girl, and she is the most awesome kid there is on the planet. There's a lot of my friends that got some awesome kids, but Veda rocks. So there you go, Jason. You know it. Veda gets her a hat. So we get those, Putnam, that goes to you and your kids. And
So, yep.
plenty to go around. We got more. We'll get some more from H&H Auto Repair.
Right. Yeah. So those folks that we mentioned, if heard your name and you want your hat, just give us a message. We'll find a way to get it to you.
Yeah, we'll bring it to you. All right, Darren Krantz Jr. He's going to be at Millbridge tomorrow. I'm looking forward. I ain't been there in about a little over a month, and I'm going to take my producer, Eric Messer Media, with me. He's never been. Looking forward to that. Race for Kids Foundation. When you hear these sponsors, please go to their Facebook page, give them a like, give them a follow, give them a share. If you need a tow, you're broke down, y'all look up Colfax Towing and Auto Repair. I promise Jason Rowell will take care of you. They will come get you. If you're in Alaska somehow, some way, the man is good at what he does. Your turn.
All right. H&H Auto Repair, Velosta, DL Outfitters, Williams Hot Dogs and Barbecue, Race for Kids, Precision Built Spindles, Frank Steaks, Gary Brown, Dream 68, 5 Points Tire and Auto, Cobble Speed Shop, Choice Tire and Automotive, Tea Time Sports Bar, Burke Street Pub, Captain's Retreat at Bear Creek, Koger Plumbing, MJ Printing Graphics, Messer Media, Garage Doors of the Triad LLC, Velocity USA, Hall's Heating and Air Conditioning, Robbins Sandblasting, Renee Hackett Realtor, KevinSaysYes.com, Speed 77, Lewis Custom Showers and Glass, J&T Services, Mule Skinner Trucking LLC, Thunder Road Bar and Grill, Midway Mobile Storage, Midway Music Hall and Event Center, Ever Ready Mix Concrete, Colfax Towing and Auto Repair, Squeaky Clean Express, Make TV Great with Nate, and CNC Lock and Key.
Guess who's watching?
Who?
My buddy, the voice of Bowman Gray Stadium as well, Randy Pulliam. I love you. They need to get you back in here and let's talk on what we do and next year and the class.
He could have been a good co-host tonight. We should have contacted him.
You know what? Jonathan Brown, why would we contact anybody when you heard him call? Man, it's raining. So that's, several people said, all right, Mallory Johnson, we're getting off the air, but thank you. Miss Gail Cottle, thank you. Shannon Danbury, thank you. Ken Bisek, thank you. Of course, Opie knows I love him. Jason Rowell. Kevin Amon, thank you. Misty, Lacey Reed, thank you as well. Melissa Reed, all y'all over there on the other side. Justin Long, thank you for the kind words. Thank you for what you're doing. Once again, Justin Long, Y'all look him up on Facebook. They're taking stuff constantly to Western North Carolina, and they're going to the people that need it. Okay, with all that being said, we'll be back next week. We're going to have Gary Brown of the Green Bay Packers on. We're going to have Bryant Robertson on, and there's no telling us. We might have Donald Trump on. Peace out. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Talking Circles with Chris Carter, presented by J&T Services at the Choice Tire and Automotive Studios. God bless. Be safe.
By the time you